Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tandy Crawford with Martin Healthcare Advisors. This is PT M&A Talk, where I try to share a little bit about some challenges and opportunities of owning and managing PT practice, physical therapy. So today, I was just listening to a video the other day from our CEO, Paul Martin, and he was talking about some fundamental strategies, and he called it back to basics. But there are two of the biggest challenges that I hear today on my phone calls with practice owners throughout the U.S., honestly, is there's a staffing shortage and there's decreased reimbursement rates. There are multiple other struggles and challenges for PT practices. All of these can feel overwhelming, but as Paul said on the video, he emphasized that the best way forward, honestly, is to get back to basics. I kind of wanted to break down maybe three critical areas that we can focus on for getting back to basics. And that's systems, coding, and then measuring progress. Your systems, are they working for you? Your EMR. As a practice owner, you honestly need to make sure that your processes and your systems are efficient and effective. Are your systems implemented? Your job descriptions, your EMR, your standard operating procedures, SOPs, are those implemented and functioning properly? Focused on EMR, are you getting the most out of your EMR? It should work for you. It should not be cumbersome. It should not work against you. It should help you spot and correct errors. It should help you streamline your workflows. If not, you could be leaving revenue on the table. So take time to evaluate, whether or not you're using your EMR to the max. And don't hesitate to ask the company, if it's Prompt or Clinician or WebPT or whoever it is, don't hesitate to ask them, say, hey, I want to make sure I'm maximizing my training with my staff, make sure I know it inside and out, because that allows your team to focus on what matters most, which is actually delivering excellent patient care. Kind of leads me to number two, your therapists are delivering excellent patient care. Billing with confidence and coding correctly is paramount. Your therapists are, again, they're providing excellent care, but are they billing appropriately for what they're doing? Going back to that video, Paul talks about a 97110 rut, right? So therapists often rely heavily on that 97110 code without exploring other billing options. Manual therapy, gait, neuro re-ed. We're skilled in all of those exercises and activities. We just have to be intentional about using those and then billing appropriately. So encourage your team, help them see their value, that they are worth the reimbursement that they earn. They're worth billing appropriately for what they do. And training your therapist to code accurately is really honestly essential for maximizing the practice potential, their revenue. Make that a regular part of your discussions during your team meetings. And then the last thing, honestly, is measuring your progress. So do you know your KPIs? How do you even measure progress? Is you have to know where you start now. You got to know where you're going at the end of this week, end of this month. And now we're into November. We just have one more month, maybe about 5 weeks left for 2024. We have a brand new year ahead of us. Have you set your goals for 2024? Measure where you were in 24. Where do you want to go in 25? So if you saw 5,500 visits in 2024 and you want to get to 6,000 or 6,500 or 7,000 visits in 2025, set those parameters, break it down month to month, and go through these with your team meetings. Again, the progress is you have to track your KPIs, key performance indicators. There's a bunch of them to monitor. A video I did earlier with Josh Myers, who's on our team, there's probably 40. He could think of 40 right off the bat to track, but don't get the analysis paralysis. Work on the top 2 or 3 or 4. If you don't know which ones they are, call me, DM me. So those of you have my number. Be glad to kind of walk through those with you, but know your KPIs. Make sure you're monitoring them. The only way to do that is if you're treating 40 hours, 45 hours a week, you don't have time to monitor those. So running a practice effectively as the CEO requires a minimum of 4 hours a week of CEO activity dedicated to managing the practice. That includes marketing, monitoring your KPIs, tracking your KPIs if you're not tracking them already, looking for trends, making those adjustments as needed. You have to make those adjustments. If you get on a trip and you've made the wrong turn, you know you've made the wrong turn, so you make those adjustments to get back on track. KPIs, honestly, there aren't just numbers. They're actually stories about how the practice is performing. If you had a check engine light that could pop up if your units per visit drop below 3.5, or if you get a check engine light pop up if your cancellation rate dropped below, arrival rate dropped below 85%, that would be cool. We don't have that just yet, but there's stories about how your practice is performing. Use them to celebrate your wins and then just identify growth opportunities as you prepare for 2025, because it's coming. Remember that your systems, your coding, and your KPIs are foundational for a thriving practice. You are the CEO. You manage your clinic. Take pride in your management and do it with intention and precision. When you base that on intentionality, it helps to navigate these challenges of staffing problems, reduce reimbursement, whatever else you guys are feeling out there. And I'd love to connect. If you have any questions, email me, tcrawford@martinhealthcareadvisors.com, or DM me through here on LinkedIn. Really love to have a conversation with you. So hope you guys have a great day. Talk soon.